Tom Cruise is perhaps the most successful actor of his generation. His movies have generated more than $2 billion at the box office worldwide. His current film, The Firm, based on John Grisham's bestseller, has topped $130 million in the United States, making it one of the biggest movies of the summer. The Firm is opening to wide release in Europe next month. And Tom Cruise joins us now in our Hollywood studios. Welcome.
Thank you.
We spoke before The Firm came out, and yes. I know everyone had high expectations. Have your expectations?
Did they have expectations?
Yes, I think so. You put that much into a film, I think you've got expectations. Were yours met?
Oh, yeah. I mean, beyond it. I really, I mean, who could ever guess the picture was going to do this? And, you know, audiences, I've gotten so much feedback on this movie. People have really enjoyed it from all age groups, and it's been exciting. It's been very, very exciting.
There was a lot of talk before the film came out about changing the ending and what a big risk that was, but it seems to have panned out well.
Yeah, and even John Grisham wrote me a letter and acknowledged, you know, he liked the movie very much, and that meant a lot to us. You know.
The movie's going to open wide in Europe. It's already opened in Japan and Australia, doing very well. Do you think that it will translate well to Europe?
I think so. I think the real, from a marketing standpoint, the real challenge was Japan, to see how that was going to play, because there aren't that many lawyers there, and you just have to see if people are going to get involved in the story, and if they're really going to understand American law, and see if it's going to go beyond that. And you realize that the film works on a personal level. At least it you know, has consistently played that way. I mean, you're never going to know how it's going to play overall, but I do believe it's going to do very well over there, just, you know, from looking at it from the Japanese viewpoint. And, you know, we're most concerned in terms of the language barrier and the cultural barrier, but I think it really, you know, the film plays to an audience, and they seem to really enjoy it.
Now, you talk about you and Sidney Pollack working together. You work together in a way on an upcoming Showtime half-hour.
Yes.
You made your directorial debut on The Frightening Framus.
Yes, yes.
Very impressed. I was very impressed.
Well, thank you.
Now, were you, as an actor, nervous about directing others?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was nervous. I was nervous, you know, because you have 6 days to shoot that story, and it's a lot of story to tell, and stylistically you have a responsibility to film noir. And mine, everyone else's, I read the other stories, and mine was Jim Thompson, based on a recurring character that he has, that Peter Gallagher played, and Mitch Allison. And I wanted to do more of a parody on film noir and have a little fun with it, and you know, shoot it real, but have it be a parody on that genre. So I had a lot of fun doing it and keeping the sense of humor that Jim Thompson imbued his story with.
Now, before the Heidi Fleiss story dominated Hollywood, the big talk around town, you might have heard the talk around town was you were being cast as Lestat in the Vampire Chronicles. Now, I have to tell you, it raised some eyebrows among some Anne Rice fans, because Lestat is, well, he's thought of as older, European, evil, actually, in the first book.
He's not older. He's actually, he's younger, Lestat.
Younger than you?
Yeah. Younger than I am. I'm 31, and he's in his 20s.
You weren't surprised, then, by the casting?
No, I was very excited. I was very excited to play Lestat. I've always wanted to play a vampire. You know, since a kid, I've had a fascination, and I grew up watching Creature Feature, and I like a good scare, and you know, I'm looking forward to it. It's a fun character to play, a lot of fun.
I think about your image in many of your films as being the all-American guy, the boy next door, good-looking, strapping young guy. This film has a darker character. So is this more of a challenge then for you?
I can't say it's more of a challenge, you know, because, you know, you have to look at it. Acting is, it's a lot of work, you know, even though the characters, you know, you look at it, you know, I played 2 lawyers in a row, but they're different characters. And you, as an actor going in and preparing for a scene, there's many different dynamics that you know, you can't fake it. You can't fake the anxiety, and, you know, it has to be there. And, you know, you look at The Firm, and it required a very internal performance, and it really depends on what was not said most of the time than what was said. And there's so many different scenes. You really have to keep your focus and go through that. It was a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and I think this is going to be challenging also, but I can't say that it's more challenging than something else that I played, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
I have to ask you, I know that when you're in the public eye, people always want to know about your personal life, and that's something that you really try to shield, and I respect that. But I have to ask you, how has having a child changed your life? I would guess that it's just substantially different.
Oh, it's incredible. You know, it's so, you can't even really, I can't really even put it into words how wonderful it is, and for Nick and I, I mean, we're having a ball. You know, we are really, it's extraordinary. I think anyone who has children will really understand that. When you don't have children, sometimes it's not as real as, you know, how wonderful it can be, but it's extraordinary.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks.